At this Global Herbicide Resistance Challenge conference here in Perth, we've got more than 150 scientists from all around the world, from 30 countries in fact, especially a number from the US, where there's a lot of resistance problems. Well, there's no doubt that the evolution of glyphosate-resistant weeds and herbicide-resistant weeds in general is a threat to world food production. This herbicide resistance evolution in weeds is a real threat. We need to get on top of it. Australian farmers have been battling resistance for many years. They know it's a difficult problem. They know it can be done through using chemicals and non-chemicals and diversifying our systems. The only way to preserve them is mix up the forms of control, use them as infrequently as possible, use non-chemical ways, and in that way we can keep great herbicides like glyphosate working on our Australian farms. At this Global Herbicide Resistance Challenge conference here in Perth, we've got more than 150 scientists from all around the world, from 30 countries in fact, especially a number from the US, where there's a lot of resistance problems. And prominent amongst those is Dr. Ian Heap from Oregon. He's worked in resistance and was a pioneer in herbicide resistance research in Australia, and so he really brings a lot of experience of the US and global as well as an Australian perspective.
What I do is I accumulate the information on herbicide-resistant weeds from scientists from all around the world. Now we have over 60 countries where scientists are reporting herbicide-resistant weeds. And we're seeing lately a very big problem with weeds that become resistant to many different types of herbicides. We're seeing multiple resistance. The big story at this conference is clearly glyphosate resistance, and in the United States we have a lot of problems with weeds that have become resistant to glyphosate in Roundup Ready crops. Now in Australia you don't have as many GM crops yet. However, you do experience a lot of resistance issues, multiple resistance in Lolium rigidum, annual ryegrass. And I think that's really the biggest issue going forward is what are we going to do with weeds that evolve resistance to many different herbicides. And what we have to do, what we're seeing elsewhere in the world, is that we have to use alternative means of weed control along with the herbicides. We have to reduce our reliance on herbicides and move towards other means of control.
We can do it if we diversify, and that really is the most important word: diversify.